Hello everyone and welcome to a very special Halloween episode of Every Little Thing. Today we are going to be going over every little thing about Minecraft's very own creepypasta, Herobrine. That's right, some of you may have heard of Herobrine already, but for those who haven't, Minecraft has its very own encounter with the supernatural, an entity known as Herobrine. Now some say he's a dead miner from worlds long forgotten. Others say he's Notch's, the original creator of Minecraft's dead brother that ended up as a glitch in Minecraft. Today we're going to explore every little thing about Herobrine, so if that's something you're interested in, go ahead, hit that full screen button, hit that subscribe button, and throw a like down there, and get ready to learn every little thing about Herobrine. Herobrine's origins can be traced all the way back to August of 2010, over 12 years ago, from a 4chan post posted early in the month of August. I'll go ahead and read that post right now. I had recently spawned in a new world single-player Minecraft. Everything was normal at first as I began chopping down trees and crafting a workbench. I noticed something move among the dense fog. I have a very slow computer, so I have to play with tiny render distance. I thought it was a cow, so I pursued it, hoping to grab some hides for armor. It wasn't a cow, though. Looking back at me was another character with the default skin, but his eyes were empty. I saw no name pop up, and I double-checked to make sure I wasn't in multiplayer mode. He didn't stay long. He looked at me and quickly ran into the fog. I pursued out of curiosity, but he was gone. I continued on with the game, not sure what to think. As I expanded my world, I saw things that seemed out of place for the random map generator to make. 2x2 tunnels in the rocks, small, perfect pyramids made out of sand in the ocean, and groves of trees with all their leaves cut off. I would constantly think I saw the other player in the deep fog, but I never got a better look at him. I tried increasing my render distance to far whenever I thought I saw him, but to no avail. I saved the map and went on to the forums to see if anyone else had found the pseudo-player. There were none. I created my own topic, telling of the man, asking if anyone had a similar experience. The post was deleted within 5 minutes. I tried again, and the topic was deleted even faster. Soon after, I received a PM from username Herobrine, containing one word: stop. When I went to look at Herobrine's profile, the page 404'd. I received an email from another user. He claimed the mods can read the forum user messages, so we were safer using email. The emailer claimed that he had seen the mystery player too, and had a small directory of other users who had seen him as well. Their worlds were littered with obviously man-made features as well, and described their mystery player to have no pupils. About a month passed until I heard from my informant again. Some of the people who had encountered the mystery man had looked up his name, Herobrine, and found the name to be a frequently used Swedish gamer. After some information gathering, it was revealed to be the brother of Notch, the game's developer. I personally emailed Notch and asked him if he had a brother. It took him a while, but he emailed me back a very short message. I did, but he is no longer with us. I haven't seen the mystery man since our first encounter, and I haven't noticed any changes to the world other than my own. I was able to press print screen when I first saw him. Here is the only evidence I have of his existence. Now, if that doesn't give you chills, I don't know what will. You would think with that innocuous post over 12 years ago, the rumor would have died down, but as the Minecraft community was just getting started, so was its very own creepypasta. You see, multiplayer survival mode had only been released one version before Herobrine was seen, so it's possible the user could have seen just another player and forgot to turn off multiplayer mode. However, he did state he checked, and it was in single player. But what does this mean? We know from history that humans are very good writers, and some people like to lie. So was this player just using... Excuse me, sir, I'm doing a Halloween special. Yeah. I'm sorry. Was this user just lying to us to get some quote-unquote clout from the internet? Had he photoshopped Herobrine into this random screenshot of a blank world? Or was this one glitch that has some real truth behind it? With the Minecraft community being what it is, it wasn't very long until other players took this and rolled with it. Namely, two players named Copeland and Patamus of Brocraft. Earlier that year, Copeland had decided to start a brand new stream called Brocraft. It was one of the earliest communities of Minecraft, and he had recently come upon this 4chan post, just like the rest of us had, earlier that month. And on the 30th of August, he decided to post something to his own Brocraft chat. He posted this innocuous post where he had photoshopped Herobrine down in the corner. By the reactions of the post, he knew that he had to include Herobrine in his next upload. So when the stream came out on the 30th, he had his chance. Now, mostly this stream was pretty normal as Minecraft streams go. I'm sure many of you have seen them. However, in the last 2 minutes, it seems that he had run into Herobrine in an unknown part of his world. See, there was part of his base that he didn't design, and when he went in there, he saw this image of Herobrine, which, by the way, is the only image that exists of that very stream to this day. The very next day, another Brocraft streamer named Patamus had a run-in with that infamous Herobrine as well. This time, it had seemed that Herobrine had appeared freestanding over a pool of lava. And later that day, when Patamus went back to check, it seemed that Herobrine was nowhere to be found. However, unlike the early August 2010 post, it seemed that these two streamers had in fact faked the entire thing, with Copeland admitting some years later that he had actually photoshopped the first image that he posted and was able to overlay an image of Herobrine on a painting and replace the image file in the game. As for Patamus, well, he did an oopsie. It seemed that he was talking to his wife on stream unbeknownst to him, and had admitted that it was all fake. You would think that this would have been the end. Unfortunately, the creepypasta and the entity were in the hands of the community now. With this new explosion in the Minecraft community, many of Minecraft's fans began tweeting to Notch, the creator of Minecraft, rumored to have this supernatural entity as a brother. In 2010, on August 31st, the day of Patamus' stream, Notch tweeted, "It's not real," smiley face, but it might be soon. Now, Notch does seem to be a little bit all over the place with his knowledge of Herobrine, because not even 5 months later, on January 8th, 2011, Notch tweeted, "Herobrine isn't real in any way. No, I never had a brother. Well, there is a half-brother I never met, and he's not in the game." Now, officially, this should have been Mojang's last interaction with the fans about Herobrine. However, for some reason, in the 1.6.6 changelog for the game's update, on May 31st, 2011, they added the note, "Removed Herobrine." Now, why would they do this if Herobrine wasn't real in the first place? Were they just getting in on the joke? Well, that's what they claim, but the government claims aliens aren't real. But I digress. With many fans taking that changelog note as confirmation of the Herobrine entity being real, or at least having been real in the past, a user named Burner decided to make a Herobrine mod, July 29th, 2011. This began the lore of behavior for Herobrine. The only behavior recorded before this time was just the 2x2 tunnels, the sand pyramids, and sometimes trees being without leaves. However, with the drop of the August 2nd, 2011 Herobrine mod video that Burner put out with the help of his friend, it seems that Herobrine's lore became just a little bit deeper that day, as he, for some reason, was attracted to the letter E, and we found a way to summon him. With this mod out and about in the Minecraft community, Mojang actually took the joke and ran with it. With the wedding weekend on August 12, 2011, they included Herobrine in the very back of the picture. Now again I ask, why continue the joke if Herobrine was never real? Later that year, in November of 2011, for the Minecon 2011 trailer, Herobrine appeared as well, seemingly making him an official part of the game, although officially not part of the game according to the game's creator. With Mojang jokingly or not including its very own supernatural entity in its official game packaging and advertisements, 2012, the very next year, Herobrine's popularity skyrocketed, with user Rejected Shotgun and his 23-episode Haunted series, including Herobrine and a bunch of other creepy stuff. I would recommend checking that out if you're interested, but it's not for the faint of heart. We also had a few very popular parody videos of songs coming out about Minecraft that included Herobrine as the antagonist of the videos, including Fallen Kingdom and Cubeland in April of 2012. Although Mojang itself had included Herobrine into lots of the advertisements and backgrounds of the game, it seemed like Notch was still not giving up his position on the fact that Herobrine never existed, with a tweet in May 26 of 2012 with him saying, getting loads of tweets and emails about Herobrine again, I don't have a dead brother and he was never in the game. Not real, never was. That remains to be the last official update on Notch's position on Herobrine. It seems like he hasn't wavered since then about the validity of Herobrine. He doesn't think that it's real, but it doesn't mean that he's not in the game. Just because Notch never saw him doesn't mean it didn't happen. One of the more convincing evidences from Herobrine's existence comes from a stream by user Space Waffle. On July 19th of 2012, Space Waffle was mining in his world when he came upon Herobrine behind a dirt block, and, well, the thing that makes this seem all real is his reaction actually seems genuine. Go ahead and watch this clip from his stream. As of today, that stream doesn't exist, and no part of it can be found, save from this one clip. And truly, nobody knows who Space Waffle is, as he seems to have fallen off the face of the earth along with Patamus and Copeland from Brocraft. But that's what makes Herobrine all the more interesting, doesn't it? Because on August 22nd, 2012, over a month later, one of the developers of Minecraft, Dinnerbone, did have a tweet as well, disclaiming the validity of Herobrine. Developer Dinnerbones, or Nathan Adams' reply to user Kizzy Coco, says, "We have no plans at all to add Herobrine. I doubt this will ever change." Now, while that seems like an outright denial of Herobrine's existence, he said that we won't add Herobrine, not that we won't remove him. Another thing to keep in mind when you're wandering your world. And finally, at the end of 2012, in November 3rd, Herobrine's Mansion, a popular map that users could go and face Herobrine as an enemy, came out, and it had sequels in the later years. However, that seemed to be the peak of the Herobrine dynasty. Now, since then, in the past 10 years, not much has come out about this mysterious figure. However, just last year, user Andrew_555 and his team went ahead and looked at the original OG 4chan post from early August 2010, and somehow, using math, mods, or miracles, were able to get the seed of the original Herobrine world. That seed is public and available for everyone to go ahead and look for Herobrine on. However, not many people have found him on that, but it is still the same world seed, proving that, at the very least, the world that the 4chan user posted is real. You may be asking yourself, Kyle, how do I recognize Herobrine? What does he do, and how do I stop him? Well, no evidence has been found to stop Herobrine, but we can recognize some of his behaviors. According to the original 4chan user, Herobrine liked to build pyramids of sand in the ocean, just like this one, or smaller versions. Nothing fancy, nothing inside them, just plain pyramids of sand. And it could be the smallest one too, Something that you might not even notice, but once you did, it would beckon the question, who put that there? It wasn't me. And this is a single-player world, right? Probably the most well-known behavior of our friend Herobrine here is his tunnels that he dug 2 by 2 through mountains. It seemed to be his way of getting around in the world faster than the player. Somehow he was able to do this instantaneously as if he was in creative mode, or somehow tied into the code itself. It also seems that Herobrine is fond of removing leaves from forests and stripping trees bare, leaving just the stems. Maybe he's trying to help us gather wood easier, perhaps he's building his fort out of leaves. Either way, it certainly begs the question, where does he get all those shears? And now this is something that's not really well known about Herobrine and is usually specified to the Herobrine mod, but Herobrine seems to have an affinity for building the letter E.
Wait a minute, look, there's an E over there, old boy, E! 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 I should say E! E! E!
I'm not sure what that means, and it doesn't seem like anyone else is, but unless you have the mod, it doesn't seem to be one of his normal behaviors. As for other behaviors, it seems that Herobrine is content on stalking the player and possibly messing with their base and their world, and it never really seems like he wants to hurt you. Maybe just creep you out. Now, for those of you who are crazy enough to ask me, Kyle, how do I get Herobrine in my world? Well, first of all, you can try and find some sort of the mod online or something like that. Or you can test out Mojang's credibility by building a shrine yourself. Now, this shrine behind me I already built, and it's not much, but I can teach you how to do it. Now, if you look down at my inventory bar, this is exactly what you'll need in survival to build the Herobrine shrine. And we're going to go over here and place it down. I'm going to place it away from my original shrine just because. It's a very, very simple build. You're going to go ahead and do 9 blocks of gold here in a 3x3 pattern like so. Put netherrack on top. Surround the netherrack in redstone torches like so on each side. And finally light the top of the netherrack on fire like this. Supposedly, that's supposed to summon Herobrine somewhere in your world. So he should be here, somewhere in the 42 billion blocks Minecraft has. Unfortunately, this is something we may never figure out. We may never know if Herobrine is real, or if he was always just a hoax. We may never know, until he shows up on our front door. Of our survival base, of course. Of course, officially, Herobrine isn't real in the unmodded vanilla Minecraft, but there are some mods out there you might need to install if you want to actually play a little bit with Herobrine, and you might be able to find some maps containing Herobrine's mansion and be able to play with him that way. There is just one last thing I wanted to mention before you guys head off to bed on this Halloween night, just to get your scares in. I had mentioned earlier that Mojang had introduced the removed Herobrine note in the changelogs of the 1.6.6 on May 31st of 2011, and it's been in the changelogs ever since. Well, almost ever since. You see, in the 1.17 update, removed Herobrine wasn't in the changelogs, and removed Herobrine hasn't been in the changelogs for any update since then. Now, did Mojang just give up on Herobrine altogether? Or are they telling us something? I'm Kyle Lemon, and this has been Every Little Thing about Herobrine. Good luck sleeping tonight.